Welcome back to our channel Respect Education.
Hi friends, now let us see exercise number 3.3. Here in this we have 6 questions friends. Let us see the first question. Use the bar graph to answer the following questions. In this question there is a graph given in the textbook and there are 2 questions asked. See here friends, these are the 2 questions which have been asked. The first question is, which is the most popular pet? And the second one is, how many students have dog as a pet or dog as their pet? So here you can see friends, which is the most popular pet? From the graph, first you should know what the graph is. You can see here friends, the graph is about, see here friends, start your answer from the x-axis and then end your answer with the y-axis. I'll make you understand more clearly. So here you see friends, the bar graph represents the pet animals owned by the students. This is the, or you can write students of class 10, students of class 9, students of class 7, even students of class 6. So that is your wish. Now you see here friends, if it is given in question particularly that pet owned by students of class 7 or pet owned by students of class 8, then you should particularly write the bar graph represents the pet animals owned by the students of class 7 or 8 which is given in the question. So here you see friends, the bar graph represents the pets owned by the students. Now from the bar graph, see here friends, here is the bar graph given. So from the bar graph, what is the question asked? Which is the most popular pet? See here friends, there are dogs, cats, rabbits, hamsters and other pet animals. Now you can see here, dogs is pet animal. Dog is pet animal. So here you see friends, pet animals in this category, dogs. And students, number of students 8, in this category 8. Now dogs are there with 8 students. 8 students own dog as their pet. Clear friends? See here friends, this line interprets that dogs are there with 8 students. And coming to the cats, we have cats with 10 students. This line interprets 10 students. So cats are there with 10 students, dogs are there with 8 students and cats are there with 10 students. Now coming to rabbits. Rabbits are there with 2 students. Here you see 2. So 2 students. Rabbits are with 2 students. Hamsters. Hamsters are in the middle of 6 students and 4 students. That means what is the number missing here? 5. So you can clearly understand that if this is the line, this line is 4, then this line is 6, then this line which is in the middle, this line is 5. So hamsters are there with 5 students. And other pet animals. Now other pet animals are there with, see here friends, this is the line of 2 students. This is the line of 2 students and this is the line of 4 students. This is the line of 4 students. That means what is the number which is in the middle? Yes, it is 3. So other pet animals are there with 3 students. Now let us see the information. Dogs are there with 8 students, cats are there with 10 students, rabbits are there with 2 students, hamsters are there with 5 students, and other pet animals, others, are there with 3 students. Now you can clearly understand which pet is most popular. See here friends, dogs, cats, rabbit, hamsters and others. In this, cats have number 10. That means 10 students have cats. Dogs have 8 students, less than 10. Rabbits have, 2 students have rabbits, less than 10. 5 students have hamsters, less than 10. And 3 students have other pet animals, which is also less than 10. Therefore, the most popular pet is cat. Most popular pet is cat. From the bar graph, the most popular pet is cat. It is owned by the 10 students out of 12 students. So total are 12 students here. So cat is owned by 10 students. So with this, A bit of this problem gets completed. Okay friends, now let us see B bit, that is how many students have dog as a pet. From the bar graph, see here friends, this is the bar graph. So from the bar graph, dogs, here is the pet animal dog. So with how many students are there dogs? Clearly, according to our information, 8 students have dog as their pet. Now from the bar graph, 8 students have dog as a pet out of 12 students. So total are 12 students and 8 students have dog as a pet. So with this, question number 1 gets completed. Okay friends, now let us see question number 2, that is read the bar graph which shows the number of books sold by a bookstore during 5 consecutive years and answer the following questions. Here you see friends, this is a bar graph which shows number of books, the number of books sold by a bookstore during 5 years, consecutive years. Now you see friends, here is the bar graph. These are the number of the books which are sold in these many years. Now you see here friends, about how many books were sold in 1989, 1990 and 1992. First of all, let us understand the data which is given in the bar graph. Now here you see friends, these are the number of the books: 100 books, 200 books, 300 books, 400, 500 and 600 books. Now these are the years: 1989, 1990, 1991, 1992 and 1993. Now you see here friends, in 1989 how many books were sold? In 1989, here you see friends, this line indicates 100. Then the line here which is in the middle indicates 100. I'm sorry, here. So this line here indicates 125 and this line here indicates 150, and the one which is here, the line which is here is 175 and this is 200. Clear friends? Now you see here, these are 100 books, 125, 150 and 175. Now you see 1989, this rod, this rectangular rod 1989 is coincided with the number 175. Clear? So number of books sold in 1989 were 175. Clear? Now in 1990, here 400, then here would be 425 and here is 450 and here 475 and this is 500. So here you see friends, 1990 means here this line, on following this line it coincides with 415. So the number of books sold in 1990 were 475. Here 475. So it is 475. Now 1991. Coming to 1991, it clearly interprets that 300 number of books are 300 which are sold in 1991. See here friends, this line coincides with 300 and with the long rectangular rod which is here. Now 1992, here 200, this is 225. This line is 250 and this is the line which shows 275. Now 1992, the tip of the rod, here you see the bar, tip of the bar is, yes, the tip of the bar coincides with the line which interprets 225. So this is 225. Now 1993, the longest bar in this graph. So this is perfectly matched with 600. This line coincides with 600 exactly. Now 1989, 175 books are sold. In 1990, 475 books are sold. In 1991, 300 books are sold. In 1992, 225 books are sold. And in 1993, 600 books are sold. Now this is the information about the bar graph. Now let us answer the question about how many books were sold in 1989, 1990 and 92. First let us see 1989. About how many books were sold in 1989. See here friends, 1989. In 1989, clearly 175 books are sold. By observing bar graph, 175 books were sold in the year 1989. Now the next year which is asked is 1990. Now you see here friends, this is 1990. Clearly in 1990, 475 books are sold. So by observing the bar graph, 475 books were sold in the year 1990. Now the next year which is asked is 1992. Now here you see 1992. In 1992, clearly 225 books were sold. So by observing the bar graph, 225 books were sold in the year 1992. Now in 1989, 175 books were sold. In 1990, 475 books were sold. And in 1992, 225 books were sold. With this, first bit gets completed. Okay friends, now let us see second bit, that is, in which year were about 475 books sold? About 225 books sold. In which year were about 475 books sold? And in which year were about 225 books sold? So 475 books were sold in the year, see here friends, 475 books. This is 175, 300, 225 and 600. So here 475 books were sold in the year 1990. 90. So 475 books were sold in the year 1990. And the next part of this second bit is about 225 books sold. That means in which year were about 225 books sold. So 225 books, let us search. This is 175, this is 475, this is 300, this is 225. So 225 books were sold in the year 1992. So about, in which year were about 475 books sold? In the year 1990. In which year were about 225 books sold? In the year 1992. With this, second bit gets completed. Okay friends, now let us see third bit, that is, in which years were fewer than 250 books sold? Fewer means less. So in which year was less than or lesser than 250 books sold? So here you see friends, this is the margin of 250. Here is the line of 250. So before this line, that means below this line, how many years are there? What years are there? They are the years in which fewer than 250 books were sold. Now you see 250, this is the margin. So below this is the year 1989, which has 175. And next bar graph is, next bar is 475, greater than 250. So let us leave it. And this is 1991, 300 books, greater than 250. No, let us leave it. Now here 1992, 225 less than 250, and it is below the margin. So 225, 1992. And 1993, coming to 1993, it is 600 books were sold. So let us leave it. Now the answers are 1989 and 1992. In 1989, 175 books were sold, and in 1992, 225 books were sold, which were fewer than 250 books. Now in the years 1989 and 1992, the number of books sold were less than 250. So with this, bit number 3 is also completed. Okay friends, now let us see fourth bit, that is, can you explain how you would estimate the number of books sold in 1999? By observing the bar graph, we tell that the number of books sold in the year 1999 is about 1 and 3/4 part of 1 centimeter. Right? Scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 100 books. So 100 plus 3/4 of 100. So 425 are 100. So it is 100 plus 3 into 25. 100 plus 3 into 25 is 100 plus 75 is equal to 175. So I have estimated based on 100 plus 3 by 4 into 100. So the answer is 175. Okay friends, now let us see third question, that is, number of children in 6 different classes are given below. See here friends, number of children in 6 different classes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different classes, that is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. So these are the classes. Represent the data on a bar graph. So we should represent the data on a bar graph. On representing the data on a bar graph, after this there are some questions given here. In A bit, how would you choose a scale? First, let us answer these questions and then draw the bar graph. Now you see here friends, how would you choose a scale? Choosing a scale is very easy. We will take the scale as 1 unit is equal to 10 children. 1 unit is equal to 10 children because we can represent a better and clear difference among the number of students of class 7 and class 9. Clear friends? If we take 1 unit is equal to 10 children, then 95 and 135 both can be the half of the unit. Both can be half of the unit. So, I'll make you understand more clearly. So, we'll take the scale as 1 unit is equal to 10 children. Now the second part, that is B part, is which class has the maximum number of children and the minimum? Class 5th or 5th class or class 5. So class 5th has the maximum number of children. So you observe from the data, friends. Here 135, 120, 95, 100, 90 and 80. The biggest or the maximum among this data, that is the numbers, is 135. So which class has the maximum number of children and the minimum? Class 5th has the maximum number of children, that is 135, and class 10th, see here friends, 10th class only 80. So class 10th has the minimum number of children, that is 80. Now the second question, friends, that is find the ratio of the students of class 6th to the students of class 8. See here friends, don't get confused friends. Ratio of the students of class 6th. First 6th is given. So 6th class, how many students are there? Clearly there are 120 students. Total number of students in class 6th is 120. And second is students of class 8. Students of class 8, 100. So 120 and 8 is 100. Ratio between class 6 students and class 8 students is equal to 120 by 100. Let us cancel 0 and 0. 2 5s are 10 and 2 6s are 12. So it is 6 by 5 is equal to 6:5. Now let's recall the answers. How would you choose a scale? We'll take the scale as 1 unit is equal to 10 children, because we can represent a better and clear difference among the number of students of class 7th and class 9th. Now B part, first bit. Which class has the maximum number of children and the minimum? Class 5th has the maximum number of children, that is 135, and class 10th has the minimum number of children, that is 80. Now the second bit is find the ratio of students of class 6th to the students of class 8. Total number of students in class 6th is 120 and 8th is 100. Therefore, ratio between class 6 students and class 8 students is equal to 120:100 or 120 by 100. Let us cancel 0 and 0. 2 5s are 10 and 2 6s are 12. It is 6 by 5 or is equal to 6:5. Therefore, with this third problem, questions get completed. Okay friends, we have completed 50% of the problem. Now the main question is asked to draw the bar graph. Now you see here friends, classes are 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. In 5th class there are 135 children, and in 6th class there are 120 children. In 7th class there are 95 children. In 8th class there are 100 children. In 9th class there are 90 children, and in 10th class there are 80 children. Now according to this given data, we need to draw a bar graph. Now as we have seen here, how would you choose a scale? We will take the scale as 1 unit is equal to 10 children. Now let us take the scale as 1 unit is equal to 10 children. Therefore here 1 unit represents 10 children. Now you see here friends, these are the number of children and these are the classes. Now you see here friends, 5th class, according to the data, 5th class is 135. We need to draw 135. As you have seen here friends, there are some types of lines here. These lines are called kink. Kink, K-I-N-K, kink. We need to put a kink, or it's our wish to put a kink or no. As the graph paper is insufficient here, I have put a kink so that it would be easier for us and the graph sheet which is used, the paper would be reduced. So I'll tell you what is the use of the kink. Kink means the numbers which are below. As we don't use 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70 numbers. Instead of those numbers, I have put a kink. Kink means the below numbers. Now we are in need of 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130 and 140. So that is the reason I have put a kink. Clear friends? And that is the use of the kink. Now you see here friends, class, 5th class 135. That means 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130 and 140. See here friends, the number that is given is 135 and we don't find here anywhere 135. In such a case, we can take the middle margin, the margin which is in the middle of 130 and 140 as 135. Are you able to see here friends? So here you see friends, this is the margin of 140 and this is the margin of 130. Now in the middle, this margin, the margin where I have put a point, let us take it as 135. Clear friends? Now this is taken as 135. So 130 and 140, in between them is the 135. Now we can draw easily the 5th class. So let us draw. So till 135, I have drawn till 135. This is the 5th class. Now let us go to another class, that is 6th class, 120 number of children. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90, 100, 110, 120. We need not to put any extra numbers because as it is there directly 120. Now let us draw the bar. So I have drawn the bar 120, it coincides with 120. So therefore the number of children in 6th class are 120 and I have drawn a bar for it. Next is the 7th class which has 95 children. So let us draw bar 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Here the same problem occurs. Where is 95? Clearly as I have said, in between 130 and 140 is the 135. The same method here. In between 90 and 100 is the 95. This margin which I am pointing out here is 95. See here friends, this margin. Now I need to draw 7th 95. I have drawn 7th 95. So 50 is 135, 135, 60 is 120, 120, 70 is 95, 95 and coming to the 8th we have 100 children. So 8th is 100 children. Now yes, here is 100. So this 8th bar coincides with the margin 100. Now let us draw. So here we need not to put any extra numbers as 100 is directly here. Like 95 and 135 we need not to put any extra numbers. So 100. So 8th is 100. Now coming to the 9th we have 90 children in 9th. That means 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. Here is 90 directly. Here is 90. So we need not to put any extra numbers. So 9th. I have drawn a bar which coincides with the margin number 90. Now the 10th class, that is 80 children. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70 and 80. Here is 80. Now 10th class, this coincides with the margin number 80. Now this is the class and these are the number of children. This is how we draw a bar graph. Now number of children in 6 different classes are below. Represent the data on a bar graph. I have represented the data on a bar graph. How would you choose the scale? We will take the scale as 1 unit is equal to 10 children. Which class has the maximum number of children? 5th class, that is 135, and the minimum class 10th, that is the 80 children. Find the ratio to the students of class 6 to the students of class 8. Answer is 6:5. So with this, problem number 3 gets completed. Okay friends, now let us see question number 4. That is, the performance of a student in first term and second term. Draw a double bar graph choosing appropriate scale and answer the following. So here you see the performance of a student in first term and second term, and there are some subjects given here. Now we should draw a bar graph and answer these questions. First, let us read the data what is given. In first term, subject English, he got 67 marks. First term Hindi, 72 marks. First term Maths, 88 marks out of 100 marks. And Science, 81 out of 100. And Social Science, 73 marks out of 100. Now in the second term, English he received 70, Hindi 65, Maths 95, Science 85 and Social Science is 75. Now there are 3 bits given here. Let us see the first bit, that is, in which subject has the child improved his performance the most? To answer these following questions, let us read the data and find the difference between first term marks and the second term marks. Now you see here friends, this is 67, this is 70. That means the difference between them is 68, 69, 70. 3. 72 and 65 minus 7. This is minus 7. 88, 95 plus 7. 81, 85 plus 4. 73, 75 plus 2. Clear friends? The difference between those two numbers, those two marks in first term and second term is here. Now you can easily identify in which subject has the child improved his performance the most. That means plus 7. Improvement is interpreted by plus. Okay. By observing the double bar graph, there was a maximum marks in the increase in math subject. See here friends, in math subject there is an increase of marks plus 7. So the child improved in the math subject. So the child has improved his performance in maths. And now let us see the second bit, that is, in which subject is the improvement the least? Improvement is the least. That means here you see friends, please don't get confused, because this is minus 7. The performance has gone down. But here it is as the improvement which is least. Least improvement is in social science plus 2. This is plus 4, plus 7, plus 3 and minus 7. The improvement was least in social science. By observing the double bar graph, the improvement was the least in yes science, nothing but social science. Now let us see the third bit. Has the performance gone down in any subject? Yes. See here friends, the performance has gone down in the Hindi subject. it is -7. While all the other subjects are in positives, Hindi is in negative. So has the performance gone down in any subject? By observing the double bar graph, the performance in Hindi has gone down. Now we have completed 50% of the question, and now another 50% is to draw the double bar graph. First of all, I want to explain you what is meant by a double bar graph. We use double bar graph for when we use two terms. I mean to compare two terms, not only terms, anything. Okay, so that is why you draw double bar graph, to compare two things in one graph. Now I am going to draw double bar graph using this data. Okay friends, this is the double bar graph. Now you see here friends, in first term English is 67. So you should draw double bar graph in this way. English first term, English second term. Hindi first term, Hindi second term. Maths first term, Maths second term. Science first term, Science second term. Social science first term and social science second term. Now you should draw the first term and second term every time side by side. Okay. Now see here friends, subject in first term English is 67. Now you see here friends, I have chosen appropriate scale, that is 1 cm. That means this cube, 1 cube, 1 square or 1 centimeter is equal to 10 marks. 1 centimeter I have taken as 10 marks. As maximum marks are 100, the graph paper would be sufficient. No need to put a kink. So here you see friends. Now you see here friends. This is 10 marks, 20 marks, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Now you see here friends, first term English marks are 67. That means till 60, and from there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each thin line, this thin line, each thin line indicates 1 mark. 1 mark. If this is 10 marks, then each thin lines indicate 1 mark. Now these thin lines indicate 1 mark each. So till 60 we calculate in the tens group. So 60. And from there let us count these thin lines, small thin lines. So here you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 67. So till here the bar is to be drawn. Now English first term. Now I have drawn a bar. Now let us compare English first term and second term. We are comparing both of them. So we should draw them side by side. Now English first term 67 and second term 70 marks. Now we should draw. Now 0 to 70. 70 the bar coincides with the margin number 70. Now this is how we have drawn for English first term and second term. Now let us see for Hindi. Hindi, the marks in the first term are 72. Now first term green color again. So Hindi first term marks till 70 we calculate in the tens group. So 70 let us draw directly, and from there it is asked 72. So here you see 70. Then let us count these thin lines. 1, 2. So this is 72. Now the Hindi first term marks are 72. And Hindi second term marks. Second term marks are 65 as we are comparing both the marks, first term marks and second term marks. We need to draw them side by side. Clear? Now 72. Beside 72, we draw the bar which coincides with the margin number 65. Clear, friends? Now you see, till 60 we draw, and from there 5. 60 plus 5 is equal to 65. So 60 we have drawn, and from there 5. Let us count these thin lines and then draw the bar. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is where here is where we cut the bar. Now English we have drawn, and Hindi also we have drawn. Coming to the subject maths. So here is maths. In first term 88, in second term 95. So in first term 88, now let us draw the bar. So maths, first term till 80 we have drawn, and from there let us count thin lines, as one thin line indicate 1 mark. Now you see here, till 80 I have drawn, and from there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is 88. Now maths first term 88. I have drawn the bar. Now second term he got 95 marks. So 95 marks let us draw. Till 90 we have drawn, and from there let us count thin lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is 95. So this is 88 and this is 95. We have drawn for the subjects English, Hindi and Maths the double bar graph. Now there are two subjects left, science and social science. Now science he got 81 marks in the first term and 85 marks in the second term. Now you see here friends, let us draw the bar graph till 80 and from there one thin line, so it is 81. Now let us draw for the second term, that is till 80 and then from there 4 till 80 and then from there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. So it is 85. This is 81 and this is 85. So we have drawn for English, Hindi, Maths, Science. And one subject is left, that is social science. Now social science in first term he got 73 marks and in second term he got 75 marks. So social science, here let us draw for 73 till 70 and from there 3 and 75 till 70 and from there 5. So this is how, these are the subjects and these are the number of marks. And here you need to put this because we'll be confused whether if you draw the green line for the second term or first term or the orange line for the second term or first term. So here the green cube with the design, with this type of design indicates the first term and the orange cube with this type of design indicates the second term. The appropriate scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 10 marks. This is y-axis and this is x-axis. So this is how you will draw the double bar graph. And in which subject has the child improved his performance? From the double bar graph, the child has improved in maths, because you see friends, here there are only 1, 2, 3 lines. Improvement is 3 lines. Here the improvement has gone down by minus 7 lines. Here it is plus 3 and here it has gone by minus 7. And here in maths it is plus 7. It has gone by plus 7. And here it is 4 and here it is 2 steps, 2 thin lines. So the improvement is best in maths because it has 7 lines up. So the improvement is best in, so the child has improved his performance in maths. In which subject the performance is least, improvement is least? So this is plus 3, 1, 2, 3, and here is 1, 2. So in social science, so according to the double bar graph, the improvement was less in science, was the least in science. Has the performance gone down in any subject? Yes, the performance has gone down in Hindi, as it is -7. Here we are climbing the steps. Here also, here and here, whereas we are getting down the steps here. Here the green is bigger and the orange is smaller. So by observing the double bar graph, the performance in Hindi has gone down. With this, question number 4 gets completed. Okay friends, now let us see question number 5. The question is, consider this data collected from a survey of a colony. Now this is the data which is collected from a survey of a colony. In this, there are favorite sports of some people: cricket, basketball, swimming, hockey, athletics. So now you can see that favorite sport, watching, some are watching their favorite sport, some are participating also in their favorite sport. Now you see, let us read the data which is given once. Favorite sport is cricket, number of people watching 1240 people, participating are 620 people. Basketball, favorite sport is basketball, watching are 470 and participating are 320. Swimming is the favorite sport, so watching are 510 and participating are 320. Favorite sport hockey, watching are 430 and participating are 250. Athletics, here watching are 250 and participating are 105. Now the question is, draw a double bar graph choosing an appropriate scale. And what you infer from the bar graph. So here you see friends, we have to draw the bar graph first and answer these questions. Now let us draw the bar graph. So this is the data friends, and here is the bar graph. Now you can see here cricket, basketball, swimming, hockey and athletics. Now you see here friends, let us choose an appropriate scale. As there are 1300 people, the limit is 1300. So the scale can be taken as 1 centimeter is equal to 100 people. This is 1 centimeter. See here friends, this is 1 centimeter. This square, this is 1 centimeter, this one. So this is 1 centimeter. So if this is 100, then this would be, then this here, this would be 10, 20, 30, 40, this is 50, and again 60, 70, 80, 90, and this would be 100. So 10, 20, each thin line, these are called the thin lines. Here these thin lines interpret 10%. So 10 people. So here you see, yes. So here you see, there are 1300 people. So 13 blocks, 13 units or 113 centimeter. Now you see here friends, let us draw the bars now. Cricket as the favorite sport, watching the 1240. Now till 1200 let us draw the bar graph and take a break. Here let us see, let us count the thin lines to mark 12, 40 exactly. 40. Let us count. This is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here should be 12, 40. So I have drawn the bar. Now beside that is the participating number of people participating is 620. Let us draw till 600 and take a break. And from there let us count thin lines. There are 2 thin lines. So 1, 2. So it is 620. So I have drawn this bar also. So I have drawn for cricket. Now let us draw for basketball. Here basketball 470 and 320. 470 and 320. That means you see here friends, till 400 and from there 7 thin lines. So this is 470 and this is 320. So here till 300 and from there 2 thin lines. So this is 320. Now I have drawn cricket and basketball. Now let us draw swimming. Swimming 510 are watching and 320 are participating. Now let us draw for watching. How many are watching? 510 are watching. Till 500 let us draw and from there only one single thin line we have to count and mark there. And swimming, how many are participating? Clearly 320 are participating. So let us draw till 300 and from there let us count 2 thin lines. So this is 320, this is 510. So I have drawn cricket, basketball and swimming. Now let us draw hockey. Hockey, watching are 430 and participating are 250. So watching are 430, let us draw till 400 and from there 3 lines. So this is 430 and 250 till 200 and from there 5 thin lines. So this is 250 and this is 430. Now I have drawn for cricket, basketball, swimming and hockey. Now let us draw for athletics. Athletics, watching are 250 and participating are 105. Watching are 250. Here you see till 200 and from there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thin lines. So it is 250. And athletics. Coming to athletics, 105 are participating. So you see here friends, this is 100. This cube is this square is 100 and as this thin line is 110, 105 can be taken here in the middle. Yes, so here 105 can be taken as it is sketch. It is showing thickness, thicker here. So thickness, it is somewhat of thickness and here you see this is 105. As this is 100, in that half is 50, in that half is 25 and in that 10 again half. So it is 105. Now here these are the sports. I have drawn cricket, basketball, swimming, hockey and athletics. Now these are the sports and these are the number of people. And here you see the appropriate scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 100 people. Now these orange bars along with the design, this type of design are watching people and green lines, green bars along with this type of design are participating people, number of people participating. Now this is y-axis and this is x-axis. So with this double bar graph gets completed and this is how we draw double bar graph. Now there are some questions here related to the bar graph, associated with the bar graph. Let us answer them. What do you infer from the bar graph by observing the double bar graph? See here friends, by observing the double bar graph we came to conclude that the most of the people like watching and participating in cricket while least number of people like watching and participating in athletics. Okay friends, See here friends, double bar graph we came to know that cricket, most people love cricket, 1240 and 620, whereas athletics only 250 and 105. So by observing the double bar graph we came to conclude that most of the people like watching and participating cricket, while least number of people like watching and participating in athletics. Even you can see here friends, this is the longest bar in this double bar graph. Here in this bar graph, this is the longest bar. So we understand that cricket is the most preferred sport or the favorite sport, and whereas athletics you see only this much, whereas cricket is this much. So we understand that most people love participating and watching cricket, while most of them do not love athletics. Now the next question is, which sport is most popular? By observing the double bar graph we came to conclude that the people who like watching and participating in cricket is the tallest among all bars. Yes, most people love cricket. So as this is the longest bar in this bar graph. Now you see here, so we came to conclude that most of the people who like watching and participating in cricket is the tallest among all bars. So cricket is the most popular sport. Now the third bit is, which is more preferred, watching or participating in sports? By observing the double bar graph. So here is the double bar graph given. We have drawn it. So we came to conclude that watching sports has more preference rather than participating in sports, right? See here friends, in cricket also watching is taller than participating. Here also watching is taller than participating. Watching is taller than participating. Watching is taller than participating, and here also watching is taller than participating. So by observing the double bar graph we came to conclude that watching sports has more preference rather than participating in sports. With this, question number 5 gets completed. Okay friends, now let us see question number 6. That is, take the data giving the minimum and the maximum temperature of various cities given in the beginning of this chapter, that is table 3.1. Plot a double bar graph using data and answer the following. So this is the data given here friends. Let us plot this data on a bar graph. Now on plotting the data we get Ahmedabad, Amritsar, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Jaipur, Jammu and Mumbai. So here you see friends, these are the temperatures of cities as on 2006. Cities are Ahmedabad, Amritsar, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Jaipur, Jammu and Mumbai. So here are the temperature of the cities. Now let us plot them on a bar graph. See here friends, I have put a kink so that the graph would not be sufficient, so I have put a kink. See here friends, Ahmedabad is 38 degrees Celsius. Ahmedabad is 38 degrees Celsius. And minimum temperature is 29 degrees Celsius. So 29 degrees Celsius. And I have taken, so here is 29. This is 28, this is 30, so here is 29. And here is 37 degrees, 26 degrees. So here it is 37 degrees Celsius in Amritsar. So this is 37 degrees Celsius. And 26 degrees Celsius. This is 26 degrees Celsius. And here it is 28 degrees Celsius. So this is 28 degrees Celsius. And 21 degrees Celsius. This is 21 degrees Celsius. And here you see this is 36 degrees Celsius. So I have drawn 36 degrees Celsius. And here it is 27 degrees Celsius. So here it is 27 degrees Celsius. And 38 degrees Celsius. So here I have drawn 38 degrees Celsius. And 28 degrees Celsius. So this is 38 and this is 28 degrees Celsius. and next here 39 degrees Celsius and 29 degrees Celsius. So this is 39 degrees Celsius and this is 29 degrees Celsius. And next is 41 and 26. So this is 41. So here you can see this is 41 degrees Celsius and this is 26 degrees Celsius, and Mumbai 32 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius. These are the cities and these are the temperature scale I have taken as 1 centimeter is equal to 2 degree Celsius. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is how you draw the double bar graph. And here you see friends, there are some questions asked. Which city has the largest difference in the minimum and maximum temperature on the given data? By observing the double bar graph, we came to conclude that Jammu has the highest difference in the minimum and maximum temperature on 26th month 2006. And which is the hottest city and which is the coldest city? By observing the double bar graph, we came to conclude that Jammu is the hottest city and Bangalore is the coldest city. Here you see friends, third bit, that is name two cities where maximum of one was less than the minimum temperature of the other. So by observing the double bar graph, Bangalore and Jaipur and Bangalore and Ahmedabad. For Bangalore, the maximum temperature was 28 degrees Celsius, while Jammu temperature of both Ahmedabad and Jaipur was 29 degrees Celsius. Clear friends? And fourth bit, name the city which has the least difference between its maximum and minimum temperature. By observing the double bar graph, Mumbai has the least difference between its maximum and minimum temperature. See here friends, Mumbai has the least difference between its maximum and minimum temperature. So with this, sixth problem number 6 and this exercise number 3.3 both get completed. Thank you friends.
If you feel this video is helpful to you, please like, share and subscribe our channel, and please do not forget to press the bell button so that you will get the notifications from our channel. Thank you very much.